So we are still on the Outcast 8S. If you guys saw the running video yesterday, I was having a lot of problems with the steering. And I'm tired of dealing with steering on this thing. So I do have servo. These are $200 servos. They're $199. I bought a few of them. So we are going to get one put into this. These servos aren't, for me, the best servos, but they are a full-size servo, and they do last. So this is what they look like. Now, when doing a servo upgrade to a full-size servo like this, you have to get this case from Arrma. This battery box holder / case / steering. I did show in a video where you can modify the case that's in it, but you know, with a plastic welder, it is a lot of work, and you can just buy these that house a full-size servo. Now, in order to do this, it's actually quite a bit of work to get this swapped out, because you have to pull the whole electronics box out. So with that being said, we are going to unplug the motor. We have to disconnect the steering linkage. Once I've done that, the motor's disconnected. This is disconnected. I don't have a fan running over there, which makes it easier, because this whole box will be self-contained with this Max 5 on top. Let me bust the lid off now. I honestly think the lids are different too, which means I'll have to use some more Velcro and get this ESC that I just put on here off this box. Wish I would have remembered that I needed to change out this steering servo. Now, on my original Kraton 8S, the box I made is still in there. So we'll unplug this ESC. Here's my lid. I'm going to check the fitment of this lid to this to see if it does fit. I don't think it does. Oh, it might. The lid might be the same. If the lid's the same, at least I won't have to re-Velcro it. I thought something was different with the lid. Maybe it's just the case. No, looks like the lid's going to fit fine. Yep. So I won't have to use this lid. I'm just going to use this lid because I have everything Velcroed to it already, which is good. Saves time. So now we're going to take out this whole receiver box. That's it. Yep, that was the last bolt. Now this should just lift out. We have our whole steering setup. So yeah, this is the one marked Spectrum on it. And I'm just not happy with these things. You can crank them up on the voltage, but the max 5 I think stops at 7.5. I think that's where we maxed it out at. I am going to double check it, but I believe that's what happened. So get this antenna off. Now we will have to transfer a bunch of stuff into this receiver box. One being this antenna. And then the receiver that's in here. So we're going to unplug this steering since we know we're changing it, and then the felts will have to be transferred. This little felt deal that keeps it waterproof. So this looks like it goes up through the center hole, slips through this one, which we'll have to take this felt out too. And then all I do is take a flathead screwdriver and pop these up. And the two-sided tape tends to stay in there. Let's take this felt out. Take this lid off. Put the felt strips in there. Now I need these bolts to bolt the other one down. And I do stick with Servox servos, even though it's probably not the smartest idea. I've never had issues with them. So I continue to buy them, even though I don't feel they're the greatest. So I know there's a screw in here. It's that one right there. These things are a pain in the butt too. So that unscrews the spring and that whole ordeal. some of our Velcro. Now I can't go this way because it's too wide. Guess I could. I normally just go this way. Yeah, we'll just run it long ways. Doesn't matter that it's a little wide. And all I do is I turn it into like two-sided tape. I flip it over, stick it to itself, and then we'll recut it, except cut it straight this time. Some of the best Velcro out there. Dual lock from 3M. I'm going to peel the other side too because it's going to be hard to get my nails in there. And we'll stick it down. Antenna, we're going to face towards the antenna so it's longer. Try to center it. And then we're going to get our antenna slid into that. Get it slid up through the bottom of this hole so we can put our antenna tube back on. How short this thing is. Going to be a long video, hour long. Earl puts in a steering servo. Takes him 2 days. So our antenna's in. Steering. So there's throttle, or I mean steering. I'm going to try to get this tucked down out of my way. Next one will be our throttle. So here's our throttle. This thing you got to be very careful of, because I've pinched these wires before and the stupid gasket doesn't stay in. But so I'm going to set on my steering. So that should be centered right there. Make sure this bearing is good and clean. Just like that. I am going to program this thing, but I want to get this lid on first while it's out because of all this added wiring. Oh, all this wire's out. There we go. There we go. Believe me, that is a tough thing to do right there, especially when it's in. Alrighty then. So this will go right out, and this already fell off. This stupid thing. I don't have another M2C one either, or I'd put a billet one in there. So we'll be right back. Next thing I'm going to do is hook up the programming card and see if we can get this thing adjusted to where the steering's all the way up. Be right back. All right, so let me get these batteries plugged back in. I was actually watching Bars and Tones live and lost track of time in the middle of me wrenching on this thing. So I think what we need to do is unplug this fan. The ground is towards me. I don't know which one of these programmers work, and you can't use the new smart one for this Max 5 because they're just kind of old. So let me turn it on, see if this one will work. Yeah, so there we go. So like I said before, when you're not sure which table to use on these things, easiest thing to do is check how many item numbers there are. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 item numbers, which I believe is going to be table 1. Table 1 goes to 11 item numbers. So table 2 goes to, what is it? 12 item numbers. And then table 3 is normally for boats and that kind of stuff. It's 4 item numbers. Most drag cars are on table 3 as well if you use a hobby wing. So we are going to use table 1. So I'm looking for BEC voltage. ESC tuning, motor. So BEC voltage is number 7. So I have it set to number 2. Yeah. Is that first one's 6 volt, I believe. 6 volt or 7.4 volt. And I have it set to number 2, which is the highest, 7.4 volts. So I knew I had it up there. I could have swore I tuned this ESC when I put it in. let's go to max brake force, which is 8. So I'm on number 4, which is 50%. We are definitely going to up that value. 5, 6, 7. We're going to go to 8, 100%, because on this controller, you have a brake rate, and you can turn down the brake rate. So I'm going to set it to 100%. I'm going to hit OK, and that's it. So that's the change, because I didn't have much brake yesterday. So I'm hoping that my steering's fixed with this now, because this only goes to 7.4, where the stock ESC from Spectrum, you can set it to 8 volts, I believe. And that's what I did, and the steering was good at 8 volts, and the steering was working okay up until I put this ESC in, and then I was back to having horrible steering again on road. I haven't really bashed it off road. I did do some speed runs in dirt to see how this would work, and it did okay, but I would definitely like some better steering in this. So there we go. I'm going to pop this. All you have to do is pop this back in with the remaining hardware, hook this back up, and everything is done. So that's going to end this live. No sense you guys watching me. I guess I could put it back in. I might just turn it on after it's installed, because this video is getting kind of long, just to show you how well the steering is now, if it's any better. But I'd rather do it on a run back in front of the house. So we'll see you when I'm running this outside again. That's going to end this install video of changing out the receiver box, all that stuff, to put a full-size steering servo in, because the Spectrum runs are just cut a little short, and these boxes don't work. And I want to say you can buy them through Horizon Hobby. I think it's 20 bucks. It comes with both boxes, this box and this box, so that you could run the bigger full-size 5th scale steering servos. Hopefully I didn't call it an ESC. I tend to do that a lot. But there we go. I got the full-size steering servo in there. I don't recommend the Servox ones. Longevity, they work great. More power, I don't really see it. I've heard of some Power Hobby ones that are a lot cheaper that will work better, and that's what I'm going to try next. And I'll probably try it in my DBX LE 2.0. But there we go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. We will see you guys on the next repair video. I did finally get the shims for my EXB Kraton, so I'll be doing the diff after this one. It's Friday. I want to make sure all my RCs are done today, so Saturday and Sunday I can go out bashing. There you go, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you on the next video.